Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Manchester United versus West Ham preview. Now, it's a huge game for Manchester United. Another opportunity for us to get 3 points under our belt. I mean, we've had some great performances this season, some poor performances, and definitely that game against Wolves was a comeback and a great thing to touch on. Now, sorry I didn't do a match reaction. I did try, but for the past few games, it's been struggling to upload. But I'll quickly talk about it. It was a great game. Obviously, MAINOO scoring that wonderful goal just started off, or just finished off the ultimate game for me. I think it was great. I think there was much progression in that game. Obviously, Ten Hag talked about getting his players back, and that's something that he did in that game. And I think we saw what he'd really do now. West Ham, going to the West Ham game, there's team news. Eric Ten Hag talked about getting a result, and now in terms of team news, we're expecting players back now. Mount and Malacia need a bit more time. Obviously, Onana's back from AFCON, so it's looking like a pretty packed squad now. We don't know the reason why Wan-Bissaka's out. There's been rumours that there's a potential exit. There's been talks about a loan deal, talks about just genuinely just being out with illness, but we don't know. I don't think Eric Ten Hag has talked about it either, so that's something that we'll need to discuss now. Obviously, MAINOO, a superstar in himself. He's a player who's a threat in this game. But if you look at West Ham, they've been struggling. They got a 1-1 draw with Bournemouth on Thursday or Wednesday, I think it was. And they need a late penalty to get them through that game. Now, obviously, when we played at the West Ham ground, we lost 2-0, and that was a pretty poor performance by us. Missed chances, and we just couldn't get going in that game. Obviously, I remember Willy Camboala made his debut in that game. And we struggled to find performances in a game where we desperately needed them, in my opinion. And in previous times in the season where we've progressed, we struggled games after. And it was all about building on that Wolves performance. I think there were some great triangles. We played out from the back. We created loads of chances, and it should have never ever been into a situation where we needed that MAINOO brilliant moment, which it was a brilliant moment to get us through that game. But yeah. As I was saying, it's a huge opportunity for us to build on the momentum that we've had in our previous games. And it's another opportunity for Ten Hag's team to do that. I mean, I said that Wolves game was growth, and we need to continue to see more growth. We obviously know we're nowhere near where we want to be, and we are struggling. But it's all about finding that consistency and the momentum to do that now. As I said, West Ham are a good team. They do play some good football. They've got injuries. Obviously, Paquetá, Kudus is obviously just coming back from AFCON, so they've got some players who can cause us problems. And as I said, last time we lost them, so it's not always like we can beat them. It will be a tough game, and it will obviously be very difficult for us to navigate around a very good side that do cause problems. They play well good football. They've got a high press, and they can score goals. Yes, obviously Antonio's been out of action for a long time, but they've got players in that midfield. Obviously, they signed Calvin Phillips, who's looking like a really... Obviously, he had that shaky game, but we know what he can do. Obviously, it's been a tough time for Manchester City, but we know what West Ham can do, and we just got to be aware of them. Obviously, we're at home, so that gives us that advantage. But yeah, we must get the win, and we must do everything we can now. It's a huge game for us, and let's see what we can do. But obviously, Onana in goal. Obviously, didn't have much to do in the game against Wolves. I think he was good from playing out from the back. Couldn't do much, I don't think, on any of the goals. But yeah, I think it was a performance for him, and he's going to come back into the team now. Right back, obviously, Delola. As I said, we don't know what's going on with Wan-Bissaka. We need to see Dalot in anyway. I think he's been quite good. He's slowly getting a partnership with Garnacho, who's playing on that right-hand side. He looks confident going forward. Kind of plays that invert right-back position and looks really strong in their position. And he is really composed. A player who's very good technically on the ball and can put in some good crosses as we need to supply chances for Højlund. As we've seen, he can score goals. Now, obviously, left-back Luke Shaw got, I think, 2 assists maybe in the game against Wolves. I think he was good for the... Good link up with Rashford. I know they have a great understanding, and they did a lot in that game. I think Luke Shaw coming back, I think that his understanding with, as I said, with Rashford, his presence on the left hand side is quite good. Yes, he does get wandered out of position quite a few times, but other than that, I think he's quite a solid player for us. Now into midfield, the main man, MAINOO for me, can play 6, 8, travel the ball, carry the ball, physical, score goals as we've seen. So I'm not gonna put too much pressure on him, but we know he can be a generational player. Now I will do a separate video talking about him, but yeah, I think he's been absolutely fantastic this season, this breakout season at 18 years of age, going to be 19 very soon. But yeah, I think his performances in that midfield, commanding, physical, so calm and composed on the ball. And that's something that Manchester United need in that midfield. Kind of something that we've had with the likes of Pogba over the years, a great technical player. And you've got to build the team around Kobbie Mainoo. I think he's a fantastic player. And I think he'll be in our midfield for years. I think he's a great player now. Number 10, obviously, Bruno Fernandes. And we'll start the 10. Was good in the build-up, playing the transition against Wolves. Kept it quite simple. Wolves are a difficult side to beat, and again, West Ham are going to be another difficult side. They kind of play a deep line, a high line. We can look to expose that. I think West Ham obviously got now compacted midfield. They play a 3 normally or a 4 with Kudus, Ward-Prowse in there, Alvarez, obviously Calvin Phillips as well. So it is going to be a compact midfield. On that left-hand side, number 10, Bruno Fernandes. Now on that left-hand side, I expect Marcus Rashford to be on that side again. I think that the front three that we've had going is doing really well at the minute, and I don't think it needs to be dismantled. Yes, Rashford had that off-the-stuff issues, but Ten Hag said it's been resolved, and I don't think there's any need to talk on that. He scored a goal against Wolves, looked good in his performance. And yeah, just continue to keep that going. He scored 5 goals now, I think, this season. Just keep building on that. And there's still a few games, loads of games left for him to get opportunities to score goals. Now, striker Højlund. We've seen the potential that Højlund has, and we've seen what he can do for Manchester United. He's a great, technically gifted player who can do everything, can come short. He's very, very good technically. And he's still very, very young as well. In a game against West Ham, Mavropanos, Zuma, they're very, very physical players. And that could be something Højlund looks to target. Manchester United will look to target, getting up the ball, sticking it with Højlund and building off that. Because West Ham are very, very tight, compact defensively. And they are a difficult team to break down. So we're going to have to do very well to do that. And then on the right, Garnacho. Now, Garnacho didn't really have the best, the best game against Wolves. Was pretty quiet, but I think he can build on this game against West Ham, drifting in from that right-hand side. He looks confident, and he's going to have blip games. We still remember that he's an established first-team player, but he's still relatively young. And we have got a very, very young unit in our team. If you look at our players, Kobbie Mainoo, Garnacho, Højlund, still very, very young players who are still adapting. So we have got a young core and a young attack. So yeah, but how do we actually break down West Ham? I think utilising our pace that we have of our players, getting in behind, putting in crosses, because it's going to be tough. We're going to play out from the back. We can't afford to make mistakes because West Ham will punish us. But I think it'd be a great game for Manchester United, and I can't wait to watch it. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. That's been the preview for Manchester United game against West Ham. Now stay tuned for more videos coming up, and if there's any videos you want to see, leave them in the comments. Stay tuned for them, and thanks for watching. Peace.